Here at MacGyver's Workshop, we build, fix, or re-engineer just about anything. You never know what we'll be working on next. And if you're not too careful, you just might learn something. Hi there, welcome back to MacGyver's Workshop. Been busy for the last week or two, but we have a whole bunch of new projects we're going to be getting started on here shortly, and so stay tuned. Okay, for this project we've got to put a push bumper on the front of the UTV there. Every now and then you get a car in here, a dead one, it sure is a pain in the butt trying to push it in by hand. So we're going to make a push bumper to go on the front of that, and to do that we'll use just a big old piece of 2x12, and then cut it down to the width of the front of the UTV and mount it on there with some brackets, and then while I'm at it I'll put some chain hooks on it, and if we have to actually pull with it. So we'll get started. Okay, to start I'm going to cut a piece of this big angle bracket here. I'm going to make two pieces, each of them about 11 inches, and that'll be what mounts to the one side will mount to the UTV, and then we'll drill the other side and mount it to the 2x12 that goes across the front. So let's get this thing going here. Okay, so now we've got our little brackets cut here. I know I said I was cutting them at 11 inches, but I changed my mind. I'm cutting them a little narrower than that. And we'll have these bolts going countersunk into the 2x12, and it will come through into this. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to drill us a hole right about here, or may put two, depending on how we think that'll go. And then this side here will be welded to the frame of the UTV, and then we'll have our push bumper. So let's set up our drill press here and get cracking. We'll have to measure us a drill bit. That's probably going to be what, ½ inch maybe, 7/16. Handy dandy caliper here. Yep, let's say that's ½ inch. Now you want to drill your hole a little tiny bit bigger than that, but so we'll go with a 9/16 bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make the line where the two holes are going to be drilled. I'm going to go in about 1.5 inches from the outside edge. So to do that, I'll set my square here at 1.5 inches and then scribe a mark on here. That way you're consistent across all your pieces that you make. And of course, because the metal's wet from being cut and having oil and everything all over it, use something to scratch the metal instead of like a pin. So then what we're going to do is we're going to come in 1 inch this way. So what I'll do is I'll mark both my pieces here with the 1.5 inches in. And then we'll set our square at 1 inch and come in like thusly. at that. And right where to drill our holes. And it'll look nice and even and look professionally made. Go. All right, let's get us a little WD-40 for cutting oil here. On weld. Now you get a shot in here, you'll see where I sunk the drill bit right there in that cross that I made with those scratches. You see that? And we'll start drilling. And reach my. Okay, so now I've got my tool holes cut there. Now we'll do the same thing on the other piece. And we'll be ready to start welding. Okay, we're going to do a couple things here. One, we're going to position and weld our mounts here to the front of the vehicle when we figure out how exactly we want to do that. But also, same token, I'm going to put some of these here, give me something to tie to. And of course it would run down underneath the front if I have to, you know, hook up to something from the front and pull it that way. So I'm going to use one of these on each side and just weld these to the frame. That'll give me something that's flexible to tie off to. So, okay, so basically what we've got here, we've got our brackets welded to the front of the UTV. And I've got these little hooks here, so you got something to chain to or tie to if you need to. And we drilled and measured everything for this 2x12. And now we have our bolts going through to the brackets on the back side that were welded into the frame. And then we countersunk the holes a little bit. Of course now they're obviously sticking out, but I haven't tightened them down yet. So we're going to give them a blast with the impact here to pull them in, and they'll squish their way right into that wood nice and tight. And it's a sweet sound of an impact in the morning. Then, when we go to push a car in or whatever, you know, take an old blanket or quilt or something and lay over the face of that wood, and it won't mar up the bumper of the car or back of the car that we're pushing. So, I would call that project a success. So, as always, thank you for watching, and feel free to post any comments in the area below. And you can also reach us at MacGyver's Workshop at gmail.com.